Warri was quite a very busy city during the day, and at night it was a very dangerous place to live. I remember growing up, we had lots of intertribal clashes. We tend to wake up at night by the sound of gunshots. The street was a very hard place to live in. Unfortunately, I spent a huge part of my childhood on the streets. So I saw a lot of dangerous things
Mm.
growing up. I grew up in a family where my mom was more of the breadwinner. My dad was still in school. A typical day was my mom drops me off at school. My dad goes to school. Okay.
Hmm.
We don't get to see them till 6 p.m. So when I close by 1, I tend to walk back home. It's usually like 30 minutes walk
Wow.
back home. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was not easy. So I get home, I get to sort lunch myself. And when I'm done with the lunch, there's no one at home. I end up into the streets. But those moments while I was in the streets, I saw people gamble, I saw people smoke, different things, do drugs. And as a young child, being exposed to those things, it was a very difficult time to be honest.
At what age were you?
I was 5 to 6 then. Yeah, it was.
So five, six
Yeah,
year old. After school, you would walk 30
yeah,
minutes as a 6 year old.
yeah. To the house.
And then you would sort yourself food,
Mhm.
sort yourself lunch,
Yeah,
and then you go straight back out
yeah.
because there's nothing else to do at home.
No,
And I would imagine probably no electricity.
I know.
That was like a luxury.
No, yeah. We're not so wealthy to afford like generators, you get what I mean?
Mm,
So electricity wasn't really there. It just comes and goes. But in terms of steady electricity, we never had that
right.
luxury. No.
So you would go back to the street
Yeah.
and you would see people smoking, you would see
Sorts of
all
things.
sorts of things.
Yeah.
What was your interaction with those people? What were you doing when you went back out?
So when I go back out, it wasn't like I was smoking with them. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I was with other kids of my age group, right?
Right.
So it was just a street where you meet other kids on the streets. We'll play together, we'll play football, we'll go around trying to create things like cars with,
Yeah.
we just look for things to keep ourselves busy. We had fun. It was fun to us then. We tend to see these guys do those things, but luckily we did not indulge in those activities. Yeah. But it was still in general a very difficult
Mm.
stage of my life. Yeah. So at the point when my mom drops me at the junction, she says bye, I just wait. When she's out of sight, I just take my bags and I go back home. So I did
Right.
that for about 1 to 2 months.
Wow.
No one knew.